The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
This is Talkin Cowboys. Streaming live from the Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco.
First down. Handoff. Elliott plowing to the goal line. Buried. Sacked by Lawrence. Prescott keeps it, and he bangs it in for the touchdown.
And now, your hosts, Isaiah Stanback, Patrick Walker, and Kyle Yeomans.
It is a very special Say It With Your Chest Friday here on Talking Cowboys, presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company, the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys. Today, history is made, ladies and gentlemen listening from Talking Cowboys Nation. Today, we officially submit the Talking Cowboys vote for the nickname of the 2022-2023 Dallas Cowboys defense.
Delicious.
Alongside Isaiah Stanback, Patrick No-C Walker, we've got Chris Beam in the back. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Gentlemen, there are times when we are in this studio. It's a great studio. The facilities here are unmatched, and we are so blessed to be able to do what we do every single day. But there are times in here where it's like you're talking into a mic. Is there really anybody listening on the other side? Is there somebody out there?
That's the question of the day, Kyle.
Yeah, there's times that happens, you know? That's not the case. People are always listening.
Tuned in.
Guys, you want to know how many submissions we have?
Woo! Talk to him.
How many submissions? We have over 250 submissions. This isn't people just listening. This is people engaging.
And they're still coming in.
This is the people engaging.
Participation they're still coming in.
Yeah, honestly.
Coming in this morning.
No doubt. We're probably closer to 300 than anything.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. Talking Cowboys Nation, phenomenal.
Love you. Can I make a statement, Kyle?
Absolutely.
Make it. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody who participated. We really appreciate it. Seriously, all jokes aside. I would like to put an apology out there for those I was not able to reply to because
you're an IGer.
Yeah, I just don't. My time.
And your DMs aren't open either. We got on to
Patrick
for not having his DMs open.
I told you I wasn't going to check Twitter. I just don't. I'm an IG guy myself. So everybody who submitted on IG, if you guys sent me a DM, I did get your name. I did get your message. I may not have been able to reply, but thank you. That doesn't mean that I don't appreciate you. It doesn't mean that I'm not grateful. I just didn't have time to reply to everybody. So know that I appreciate you, but I just couldn't reply.
That's fair.
Yeah.
He just said I big-timed you, but I'm sorry. That's what he said.
Wow. See the way
said I didn't have time, but
I
I'm
got
sorry.
a checking and a savings, and the way my account is set up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure this North Texas helmet, by the way, is where it can be seen.
Oh, okay. Nothing wrong with that.
It's so small, Kyle.
Yeah, it's a North Texas helmet.
Yeah. That's why it's
How about
small?
that? Yeah. This is the helmet that the North Texas Mean Green are going to wear to victory today, by the way, against UTSA down in San Antonio in the Conference USA Championship game.
Okay, Mean Green.
That's what I've got. Yeah, a little Mean Green swag today. How about that?
And for my boys tomorrow, 3 p.m.
Do work.
Tiger milk. Tiger milk shall be consumed Saturday in Atlanta. We see you, LSU.
Okay,
Come
you know
on
what?
down.
I
Yes,
need,
sir.
and I'm a Washington guy, but I need USC to do what they do. Okay? I need USC to do what they do tonight. Because if they do what they do tonight,
they'll go to the playoffs.
They'll go to the playoffs, and I'm going to be down there at the Rose Bowl.
Isaiah said he's going to take us with him.
Let's freaking go.
And I need you. And I want you.
Exactly.
Isaiah said he's going to let us have a seat on the private jet down
is
to
it? Is that
Pasadena.
so?
The PJ?
Yeah.
Must be Debo's bicycle.
My bike
That's the only way.
My bike pump.
We got $20.
There's got to be like some big booster at Washington that's going to come and fly
gonna
you
have
out.
him
come
ready
on.
to roll.
You can be signing autographs on the way.
No more, Bieber.
Yeah, whatever. You just were on a hype video like 10 days ago.
No, they didn't have nobody else.
Yeah, okay.
Tell
All
us,
right.
tell us lies. We love the way you lie, Isaiah. We love the way you lie.
All right, Patrick, before we get into nickname talk, we'll let everybody get in. Everybody get in. Everybody take a seat. Everybody gets comfortable. Get your Black Rifle coffee.
Come on in.
We're going to talk some Cowboys. We're going to talk some news and some notes from yesterday. Cowboys back on the practice field And then we'll get into nicknames. So let's get it started. WWRD on this Say It With Your Chest Friday.
What would Rob do? Shouts out to our guy, Rob Phillips. So let's go straight to the injury report. No changes from Wednesday. Trayvon Diggs and Michael Gallup still dealing with illness, still being allowed to rest up physically, but they are engaged in virtual meetings with the team, per head coach Mike McCarthy. Terrence Steele joins them as a did not participate, a DNP, from Thursday. Also with, it's listed as injury/personal, but it looks as if it's also potentially related to an illness. So we'll see if he shows up on the injury report for Friday or if he's going to be cleared to go. So that's something to look at. I spoke personally with Anthony Barr on yesterday, and I asked him if he was all set for Sunday, and he said, quote, unquote, oh, yeah. He did go on to explain to me that the reasoning that he believes that he re-aggravated the injury on the Saturday prior to playing against the Minnesota Vikings was because he was probably, in his words, pushing himself too hard to get back for that game specifically. And he said he just, he understands now he has to be a little bit smarter with how he manages this soft tissue injury. It's a long season, a lot of football left to be played, and obviously there was an emotional component to him trying to get back for that game. And he said he probably just went one step further than he should have as far as what his aggressiveness on that Saturday that preceded. But he said he's good to go, barring any setbacks, no pun intended, between today and tomorrow. Anthony Barr should be back on the field, which makes it interesting as far as how Dan Quinn will operate Damone Clark, Anthony Barr, LVE on that rotation. From the Indianapolis Colts standpoint, they also have their starting right tackle who showed up on the injury report for, guess what? Illness. He did not participate. Brayton Smith, I'm speaking of, did not participate in Thursday's practice for the Indianapolis Colts. Something to watch there. And Kenny Moore, still not a participant. And we said on yesterday we don't expect that he's going to take the field, leaving quite a sizable hole in that secondary for the Colts. So those are going to be your news and notes for now. And segueing to Dak Prescott, saying, for those that are wondering, because it always happens every single time, the Cowboys are going up against a team that's struggling. Is this a trap game for the Cowboys? Micah Parsons said, no, it's not a trap game. There's no such thing because if you line him up in front of Micah, Micah's going to eat. Doesn't matter the uniform, doesn't matter the record. Dak Prescott, I asked him specifically about the Colts defense because we previewed that yesterday. I asked him about this Colts defense. I said, hey, Dak, the Colts as a team, their record is reflected in the struggles of their offense, but their defense is better than their record. What are you saying on film? He was like, we don't have the luxury basically to overlook anyone. Yeah. Every win matters. Every week matters. NFC's wide open. Still chasing the Philadelphia Eagles. So for those that are wondering if the Cowboys are going to downplay the Indianapolis Colts, they know they can. They struggled against the Lions in the first half. They shot themselves in the foot against the injury-ravaged New York Giants. I think message is being sent. Obviously, they collapsed in the last quarter against the Green Bay Packers. Cowboys get it. They can't walk into this game thinking, oh, well, it's just the Colts. It's not just the Colts. It's also a Colts team that shut out Dak Prescott in their last meeting. So if you're talking about a quarterback who doesn't forget things, ask New York about that. This is added motivation for Dak Prescott to kind of get back to the Colts.
Yeah, there's only three teams that have ever held Dak Prescott without a passing touchdown. Just in the course of their career, like his career against that team. It's the New York Jets, it's the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Indianapolis Colts are the third team. Colts are the only team that has never allowed a touchdown to either Dak Prescott or Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott's never scored against the Colts, too. So now I will say they only play once every 4 years. Right. So there's a point for that. However, the fact that there's only one team.
Yeah, the fact is still the fact.
There's a ton of teams that they still play every 4 years that Dak and Zeke have scored against multiple times. But that's not the case this time. Right. Because the Colts, of course, in their most recent matchup, took down the Cowboys 23-0 out at Lucas Oil Stadium. That was a rough game. Hopefully that's not a repeat this week. I want to hit on Anthony Barr really quickly here because I know some of the narrative, at least coming into the week, was that he was doubtful. It wasn't looking good. He probably wasn't going to play this week. If he does play, which sounds like is a possibility, if not a foregone conclusion, how much would you want to see him utilized, Isaiah, at that second level, dealing with a hamstring, probably a little limited still, but trying to push to get back on the field?
You mean if they actually play him?
Yeah.
if they actually play him, he better be 100%.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's no holds bars at that point. I mean, you see what I did there?
I like it.
I mean, if he's able to play, he's 100%. Then utilize him the way that you see best fit for this particular game. That's the benefit of having the versatility at all positions, because every game you're not going to get the same amount of reps, because every game that's not the best matchup. So based upon what DQ's seeing on film, he may or may not be more valuable than Damone Clark this week. You just don't know, right? It's just all about matchups and what's going to be most effective for that unit.
For me, I feel like I would love to believe that Anthony Barr is 100%, but less than 2 weeks ago, give or take, he re-aggravates this hamstring injury. I think if he plays, and we do need to frame it that way, he says he's good to go, but we saw ahead of the Minnesota game what can happen at the last minute. So let's just first make sure that he can get on the field. And if he's on the field, I think it's a situation where you have to ramp him back up, because if you throw him out there expecting him to do what he was doing before the injury, most of the snaps, 85, 90% of the snaps, then you're probably setting him up to re-aggravate it again. And again, this is the most important stretch of the season, December, hopefully January, and then January itself. So for me, I would use this as an opportunity to try to figure out my rotation for later, by way of maybe I still start Damone Clark, or I start Anthony Barr, but the snap count is leaned heavily towards Damone Clark.
Yeah.
So I do maybe start Anthony Barr, because that's the 4-time Pro Bowler. He still has a ton of tread left on his tires. So put him back on the field because he's earned the right to be a starter. But then once the game is all said and done, maybe it's a 60-40 to Damone. So I would be completely fine with that. I don't know that I'm completely comfortable just yet, 2 weeks or so removed from a re-aggravation, saying, hey, not only do we want you to start Anthony, we want you to play the bulk of the snaps.
Yeah.
I think we need to ease him back in to make sure that there is not a second re-aggravation.
Yeah, it helps out. I mean, anytime you can give a guy like Damone Clark a little bit of a breather, it's going to help. Leighton Vander Esch, a little bit of a breather. Fresh legs always are going to be welcome, especially late in the game. So the more guys you have, always the better. But you also don't want to put him in harm's way without really needing to. You don't need to put him in harm's way, even though this is a Colts team that can certainly run the football. Yeah. And they can run the football effectively. So keep that in mind as we head into Sunday night. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. You know what time it is.
It is time.
You know what time it is, Isaiah Stanback. What do we do? What do we do on Fridays?
We say it with our freaking chest, Kyle.
What do we do on Fridays, Patrick?
Say it with your chest.
We're going to say it with our chest, along with Cowboys Nation, Talkin Cowboys Nation.
Oh, yes.
Because we've got a nickname to pick. We talked about this earlier in the season, really early on, when this defense started to show some flashes of elite. Started to look like Micah Parsons, Dan Quinn, DeMarcus Lawrence, and the boys were rolling. We said this defense deserves a nickname, but we'll hold up. We'll wait. Because Dan Quinn said 10 weeks into the season.
Yeah.
10 weeks is what he said. So we're like, okay, at least 10 weeks in. Then we even tacked on a couple more. We're in week 13 right now. This defense is nasty. We've seen that all year long. This is a nasty, nasty unit. Yes, they still have to show a level of playoff success for the nickname to really stick and transcend.
Okay.
That's the point, though, is we're going to give something to stick. We're going to give something that we have collectively as a group, as not only the three in this room, but Cowboys Nation as a whole has helped come up with. So that's what we're doing here. We're not saying this is the best defense that the Cowboys have ever had, or that they deserve this nickname.
They deserve a title.
They just deserve a title.
And we're going to give it.
And guess what? If they win, it's going to stick.
We're going to give it to them.
And we're going to give it to them. So we've got a ton of nicknames. I mentioned it earlier, 250 to go through. I've got about 30 that I really like that we're going to hit. But I want Isaiah to start reading through some of them. Just start going down
the top 30?
List.
Or just
whatever
in general?
you've got. In general.
Okay.
Just let's get some of them. We don't have to say names just yet.
Should I say the ones that are like my favorite?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I have two that stick out. I know you have 30. I have two that stuck
I've
for
got
me.
a top 3 out of my 30.
And I have a top 3.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you my top 2.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you my top 2 because that's what I have here.
Okay.
All right. The top one for me is Rough Riders. Okay. I like the Rough Riders. That has a lot of significance to me because of DMX and how they, that whole thing.
Is that with a Y?
Yeah, I spelled it with a Y.
Okay.
Yeah. They spelled it with an I. I changed it to a Y.
That's probably good. There's probably like some trademark thing with the other team that plays in Frisco.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Get it.
So Rough Riders and then Dallas SWAT. I like the SWAT. One thing about SWAT team, when the SWAT team shows up, it's about to go down. So I like those two. I like those two. Go ahead with yours, Kyle.
Yo, you want me to go through? Yeah. I'm going to read. I want to just get a bunch of them out there.
Okay,
because
go ahead.
a lot of people started throwing these in there, and I liked a bunch of them.
Right.
Here are some of my favorite.
Well, first of all, before we start,
yes,
ladies and gentlemen, and we love you to death, but we're going to have to go ahead and strike through Legion of Doom. We had more than one participant who said Legion of Doom, and
we have a lot of copies. Yeah,
I'm going to go ahead and remind you that that's been done.
Not original.
Yeah, so we're going to strike through that one. Thanks for playing, though.
All right.
Well, and the reason why a lot of people like the Legion of Doom because, of course, it plays back to Dan Quinn's Legion of Boom, which, by the way, took the name from the Philadelphia Flyers Legion of Doom.
It's a little too close, though.
So it is, but it is close, and they were trying to relay it to Doomsday. It's smart. It makes sense. I love the nickname. I really do. If it hadn't been done before, I don't even think it would be a competition.
No, it would. That would be it. Especially for me being a Marvel / DC guy, Legion of Doom,
sure,
Doctor Doom. Okay. Yeah, I love it. For that.
Another one too is we had a ton of people talk about the Pride.
The Pride.
There were several of those. The Pride,
Quintessentials, and
the Herd.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of playing on, Micah being the linebacker.
Quintessentials.
Which I really like. I liked the Lions Den.
That was one of my top three.
That was a good one.
When we get to my top three.
There were multiple people that brought in the Lions Den. I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
I really did.
That got to my top three.
The only thing, I want to say a Lion's Pride is made up of, isn't it female lions?
That's why I
female lions are more dangerous.
Well,
they are.
They're the hunters.
They're the hunters, yeah.
They are the hunters.
But okay, I'm gonna blow through the one. I'm gonna go through Kyle's top 30. Here we
Whoa,
go.
why are you taking my top 30?
Because Kyle, I know we got a lot to get to, man.
Well, yeah, we do. Go for it.
All right, here we go.
Go from the
bottom.
The bottom up.
Okay, so here we go. We got the Pride, the Stampede, Doom and Boom.
I like that one.
Lieutenant Dan's Infantry.
Can we stop on that one real quick?
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan's Infantry.
Dan.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Because it's Dan Quinn. And, I love it. I think it's so good.
Grave Diggers, okay? Quintessentials Defense, Hydra Defense, Train Station, Armageddon D, Cold Boys, Concrete Jungle, Law and Order. I like that there. I see there. Yeah. Sack Street Boys, DQ Blizzards,
Backstreet.
Pride of Dallas, Predators, Doomsday 2K, The Lions Den, Legion of Doom.
All right, stop right there.
Top 3. Here we go.
Yep. So that's a bunch of them. See, and I even put Legion of Doom in there because it is a great name.
It is.
But it didn't make your top 3.
It's too close.
Another thing that, and I put this out there too, Doomsday, I love a reference to Doomsday, but just calling it the Doomsday Defense or Doomsday
2.0,
3 or 4 or whatever it ends up being, it's not there. That's not creative enough.
Fair.
We need to make this defense known for something else.
Okay.
Doomsday Defense deserves its own defense too.
For sure.
I mean, the Doomsday Defense is nuts. I mean, that's the best that the Dallas Cowboys have ever put out there on that side of the football.
Right.
Which is why they were the Doomsday Defense.
Okay.
So I like references to it, though.
For sure.
So that's where we're at here in my top 3.
Okay, here we go.
So my number 3rd, this is my 3rd one.
Here we go.
And this doesn't mean this isn't the nickname. We're going to debate it in a minute. I really like the silver lining. Silver lining, the silver star on the side of the helmet. It's a silver lining because guess what? They line the entire field. I mean, 53.5 yards, sideline to sideline. Okay. It's full of silver. So I like that one a lot. Number 2, it's a reference to Doomsday, but we changed it a little bit.
Okay.
The Judgment Day defense.
Okay.
Get after it. It's like the apocalypse.
Listen. Shouts out to Wu-Tang also.
Ooh, yeah.
Got a little bit of Wu-Tang in there. Yeah.
Wu-Tang. Yeah. No, a Judgment Day defense instead of the Doomsday defense. And then my number 1 on the nicknames that I really love, it's a reference to not only the Doomsday defense, but it also brings a little bit of taste of the Legion of Boom back into it because of what Dan Quinn has done and what he's done on this side of the football. The Boomsday defense.
That's nice.
It's got a ring to
That's
it.
nice.
The combination.
It does.
Boomsday, because
Nice.
a good nickname, and there are a lot of good ones that have
think about
multiple
T-shirts
names.
and all that kind of stuff.
It's got to look good, and it's got to be simple.
Yeah, it got to be simple. Can't be
Legion
too-
of Boom is even long.
Yeah, it's long.
That's a long nickname, but it's stuck.
Yeah.
Boomsday is one word, and it gets everything across.
That one is
And it could be a
that one is
celebration.
spicy. That
You
one
said
is
what?
spicy.
It could be a celebration.
It could be.
Boom.
I'll tell you how much I like that one. I like it so much it made my top 3.
Oh!
So it made my top 3 as number 3.
Okay.
So shouts out to Boomsday
I'll put that in my
defense.
top 3 too.
That's just fantastic. It just really is. My number 2 is the Lion's Den.
Love it.
Because I'm just envisioning what happens when you throw some meat or some prey into a den full of lions, and the way the Cowboys defense swarms to the ball carrier, that's exactly what happens in a Lions den.
what you did there.
So I love it. I love it. But number 1 for me from the fans, and this is really tapping into my inner Star Wars, Death Star. Like Death Star for me, when I saw that one, I was like, oh, it just rubs the spot. Right? I'm talking, and again, you're talking to a diehard Star Wars guy. I mean, Empire and all, just everything. So Death Star really hits a tone with me. And then the fact, just the entendre of it, right? The Death Star, right? And the fact that opponents are seeing their demise when they face this version of the star, it's fantastic.
This is where I wish Chris Beam had a music license back there, and he could just start just inching up.
To a crescendo.
No way. You know how much that probably costs?
Oh, it's probably unreal.
Okay, George.
You could play it for like 20 seconds and it'll cost you $3 million.
Oh God, no.
Way to
thanks.
go, George Lucas. You're expensive, sir.
There's no way it's going to copyright my singing, right?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay. You got a top 3, Isaiah?
Yeah, I mean, I already mentioned mine. Mine's Rough Riders, Dallas SWAT, and Boomsday now.
Okay, so those are the
Boomsday
3.
made it across
Boomsday
all
made it
3.
across the board, so...
That's a
Beamer,
heavyweight.
Beamer, do you like any of those?
Dude, I'm just thinking, I'm closing my eyes and seeing the whole Dallas SWAT thing with the guys like in front of one of those big old trucks. Got the
I like
the
it.
armor on.
I like it.
That's sweet.
That is
That's
pretty
sweet.
sick. It is pretty sick.
on a poster on your wall.
Absolutely.
Dallas
That'd be
SWAT.
sick. Because the thing is, when you see the police, it's like, okay, the police here. But when you see the SWAT, you're like,
Yeah,
ooh.
What is going on?
Yeah,
something's happening.
somebody's having a bad day.
Or somebody's about to have
Somebody's about to have a bad day. It's bad. It's bad.
Okay,
Pull
so
a
we've
kid. No.
got 9 names. Really, it's 7 names because Boomsday is the
It's
only
across
the board. But Death Star, Lions Den, Rough Riders, Dallas SWAT, Judgment Day, Silver Lining, and Boomsday Defense are the 7 names we've got left. When we come back here on Talkin' Cowboys, we're going to start deciding on what's best for this team, what fits this defense best. And I'm also going to read off a ton of nicknames. I just want to go down the list because a lot of you brought the heat, brought a lot of fire.
Yep.
We haven't said your name yet, but I want to. When we come back with more Talkin' Cowboys presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company.
When you build, you start with the foundation. And home ownership is a foundation of a stable future. The Bank of America Community Home Ownership Commitment has helped over 34,000 people lay the groundwork so far, with up to $10,000 towards your down payment or 3% of the purchase price, whichever is less. The satisfaction of owning your own place can become a reality. Visit bankofamerica.com/homeowner to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
Lil Sweet! Did you get to work on time?
Yeah, but I just realized it's Sunday.
Lil Sweet says head on home. Dr. Pepper's on its way. So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you invest your nest egg in an NFT?
Yeah, and I don't even know what that is.
It's a non-fungible token. Everyone's done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Are you ready to take coffee off your grocery list forever? Black Rifle Coffee Club is here to help. As a Coffee Club member, you'll get your favorite coffees roasted, packaged, and shipped to your door free of charge on your preferred schedule. Set it, forget it, and never run low on coffee again. Members also get exclusive deals on coffee, products, and discounts from partner brands. Ease your mind and let Black Rifle worry about your coffee supply. Go to blackriflecoffee.com to join the coffee club today.
Back to Talkin' Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys, make sure and head to AT&T Stadium on Saturday, December 10th to experience Rally Day presented by SeatGeek. Get ready to cheer on your Dallas Cowboys with tours of AT&T Stadium, games, inflatables, and more. Plus, visit SeatGeek's guys to your seat activation zone and enter for your chance to win with the game day experience of a lifetime, including tickets, a helicopter ride to AT&T Stadium, and a meet and greet with DeMarcus Ware. Visit AT&TStadium.com/Rally Days for tickets and more information. Where do I sign up? I just want the helicopter ride.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
And
that's how Isaiah gets to work every day.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, listen here. You know what other day they need to go to the stadium?
What's that?
December 4th.
Oh, yeah.
You know why?
Tell 'em
Because
why.
the pregame live show is going to be there at the stadium, doggone it. Rain or shine.
Kyle
Yes,
got what?
sir.
Four packages of
Seven.
Seven
I've got
packages.
7 boxes of freebies.
Boxes.
Boxes. Yeah, I mean, they're not little rinky-dink boxes. I mean, they are
And the weather cleared up for us. There's no rain in the forecast.
Get out there,
really?
ladies
No
and
rain in
gentlemen.
the forecast.
Get out there and get your
Not till
free
like
stuff.
Tuesday.
Get out there and get your
Come
free
on
stuff.
now.
Freaking go. It's going to be
Come
about
on
50
now.
though. Max of 50.
Don't be
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad at
Not
all.
bad considering the time of year.
Get out there.
Not bad at all.
AT&T Stadium on Sunday. We will be there.
Let's get it done.
All right.
Building.
So we've got some names to hit.
Doggone right we do.
We just hit a bunch of them. Here are some of the names that did not make the finals. The Doomsdog defense, which I kind of like, and I just think of the dogs every time I hear it now. DAWG. Blue Crush. The Bermuda Triangle is where
like that
offenses like to disappear go to disappear. The Wave of Dallas. The Dallas Storm. The Pride. We already talked about that one.
Yeah.
The Cowboys Zoo. I like the idea because there's a lot of animal references going on, but I just don't like
not
it.
enough
It's not
carnivores.
enough. Yeah. The Painkillers I thought was really interesting. The Mighty Quinn Sack Pack. That sounds like a children's show that I would probably watch maybe. The Apocalypse, the Nasty Boys, Concrete Jungle. Ooh, see, that one's got some ring to it. We already said Lieutenant Dan's Infantry. Doom and Boom, Quinn's War Dogs, Sacks R Us, The Herd, Land Sharks, Parsons 11, Legion of Doomsday, which is
11.
close.
Well played.
Yeah, see, that one's good.
Ocean's 11 Parsons. I like it.
That's pretty good.
That was a smooth.
The Rubber Band, because they stretch over the entire field.
Yoing.
Young Lions, the Sack Street Boys. I really like that one. I'm surprised that one didn't make the finals, if I'm being honest. Sackmasters, the Lone Star Legion. That's pretty good. Annihilators, the Dan's Demolition Crew. Bulldozing, Destruction.
You know the reason why a lot of these didn't make it, at least from my perspective, it's
What's
just
that?
too long.
That's kind of what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, I think what you mentioned.
gotta be
it's
short.
got to be short. It has to be something that an announcer could just say real quick, boom, hit or quitter, you know?
Yep. Control, Alt, Delete, 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 Delete. Dallas SWAT. We, of course, that one's in the final. Cadillac Cowboys, the UFOs, because they fly around.
I like it.
Buzzsaw Boys, and lots of really good ones.
So now we got to narrow it down, though.
Yeah, we got to narrow it down. I want you to throw yours into the mix.
There was one that, and shouts out to Mario, he stuffed the ballot box, but
he had like 20.
He definitely got one in here that I liked. If he had just not gotten greedy with the word count. Where is it? Hold on, let me Command F and
Mario.
Boys Bringing Bedlam. I like where you were going with it. If you had Mario, and I know you're listening, if you had simply said Bedlam, that would have hit hard for me. Bedlam would have hit hard for me.
This
because
Bedlam
you know why?
defense?
Because they're going crazy. they're going crazy on this defense.
And there's so much movement and controlled chaos on that side of the football.
So if it was just Bedlam, that actually might have made it into my top 3. Shouts out to Mario, though. He came in with a wheelbarrow full of suggestions and just stuffed them into the ballot.
He also did it
Love
with the alliterations. Arlington Assassin Assembly, Boys Bringing Bedlam, Cowboys Calamity Conglomerate, Disruption Destination Dallas, and the Parsons Problem Posse.
Say that one 3 times.
No
fast.
thanks. I think I want to keep my job.
Yeah.
All right.
You're going to mess up the last one.
I'm going to mess up the last one.
It's going to be a wrap.
Isaiah, you've been teasing this extra nickname, this one that you've come up with.
It better live up to the hype.
Oh, we're hitting our nickname.
Yeah, yes, we're hitting it now. Yes, we're hitting it now.
We're on ours now.
Well, since you guys want to go ahead and end the competition.
Oh.
All right. So I'm going to read you the definition of mine first before I say what it is. You ready for this, Beamer?
Born.
All right. So the definition of my name is a violent, aggressive person who is hired to intimidate or harm people.
The assassin?
The goons. Straight goons. I want a squad full of goons. Whenever you talk about a bunch of cats that you want riding with you, if you had to go on a dog in an alleyway, who do you want riding with you? You want some goons? You want some goons riding with you? No doubt about it, right? It doesn't matter who's back there. It doesn't matter who's up there making the sack, who's making a forced fumble, who's making an interception. You want goons on the field with you no matter where you ride.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I like it.
What's yours, Pat?
I like it. Now, mine, you guys already knew because I told you in one of the commercial breaks weeks ago, like first quarter of the season.
Yep.
So I've been sitting on this since, and the fact that I haven't had to change it since tells me it's money. Okay. So here's what we do. We and this is just the biggest homage to Dan Quinn. You take what he was able to build in Seattle. What do you got? The Legion of Boom. You take what he's building here in Dallas, which although it's not equivalent quite yet to Doomsday, they've got the dogs to do it in the long run. You merge those two things together, Legion of Doomsday is what you got. Legion of Doomsday. I think it's the perfect marriage of what Quinn was able to do in Seattle, how he brought that blueprint over to the Cowboys. Shouts out to the Cowboys and Will McClay, Stephen Jones for giving him the blank check to build this defense the way it is. But for me, it's Legion of Doomsday. And we actually had one of our entrants from one of our fans. Legion of Doomsday was one of the entries from Got Bruce. I believe that's his Twitter handle. If I'm reading the spreadsheet correct. So, Bruce, great minds think alike, my friend. You didn't beat me to the table because I had mine back in September.
I will back up Patrick.
Yeah,
it was a couple months ago where he was pounding the table on this one.
Bruce with the cosign, Legion of Doomsday. Let's go.
Okay, so I'm gonna take some liberties here just because of time wise. I'm gonna eliminate some of them, 2 of which are my own. Judgment Day and Silver Lining. I'm gonna eliminate.
That's why Silver Lining made your top 3.
Why?
Because it was yours. Oh, you said?
No. Like
of
my top 3. Yeah.
Yours in the top 3. Okay.
Death Star. If I wanted to go through a big thing, I just want to stand on the table for Boomsday because it's short, it's sweet, it gets to the point, and it rings.
It's provocative.
It is provocative.
Gets to people.
I'm gonna eliminate Death Star just because of copyright issues. I'm guessing, and then Isaiah, it looks like you just eliminated Rough Riders. So. We've got Boomsday. We've got Boomsday, Lions Den, Dallas SWAT, Legion of Boomsday, and the Goons. I'm going to argue against the Goons, Isaiah. I like the nickname, but you use that term a lot.
Did you hear the definition?
Yes, I heard the definition.
But the definition isn't what's being put on the shirt.
No, but it's the meaning.
Right. There are a lot of words that have just unbelievable definitions.
These guys are violent.
But the word itself.
Aggressive.
They are violent.
Who are hired. They're hired, correct? To intimidate and harm people.
You know what? A similar word that has a similar
isn't that what they're paid to do?
Right. A word that has a similar definition, but sounds much more visceral. Mercenaries. right? Mercenaries that's to Kyle's point, where it's like, I see where you're going, and your definition is spot on. Like, it's vicious.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. The word in front of the definition, though, mercenaries, I'm not giving you
It doesn't have the same.
I'm just
Well,
saying.
it's kind of like I said assassins, like whenever you were giving the definition, you could call them mercenary or you could call them an assassin.
There are words that have a similar definition
goon.
that just hit harder than goon.
But if you walked in that locker room and said, these are the names, mercenaries, or goons, most of the cats on defense, you know what they're going.
That's true.
See, you know what they're going to say.
He's
know
right.
what they're going to say.
Patrick's like, what?
No, he's
Yeah,
right. Speaking
okay.
for me though, and it might just be because Kyle said it sounds like sounds like a kids movie he'd watch. Shouts out to the Mighty Ducks. Because now I'm thinking the Goonies. Now I'm thinking
Dude,
Goonies.
I was thinking the same
Now
thing.
I'm thinking Goonies. Now I can't unhear Goonies in my head. So now, and that's not
Great.
and that's not your fault.
No.
It's really Kyle's fault. So blame Kyle.
Blame
now when I
me.
hear
Come
Goonies,
from underneath the freaking
Blame
bridge.
me.
and for those that don't know, and I know we're showing our age, Google or YouTube Goonies, and
here
know
you
YouTube.
die.
Hey, I mean, I watched that back in the day too. So
Yeah.
no, it's the Goonies.
Goonies,
Oh
yeah.
no, yeah. I don't know about that.
Okay.
So I don't want to eliminate yours though.
No,
I
it's
feel
okay.
bad.
No, let's go. Let's keep going.
I feel bad. Okay, so Legion of Doomsday. How we feel about that one? We talked about Link.
I feel great about it.
It's a great name.
I just don't
And
like
it has a
tying in
cosign.
from the past. That's my only thing.
Well,
Okay.
It's the
You know what I'm
homage
saying?
to
I
the
like
past.
unique. I know, but like they don't want to be tied to that. Mm-hmm. They don't want to be compared. They just want to be. They want to be their own.
Yeah, Hot Boys didn't.
You know what I'm saying? It's the
go
reason
well
why I didn't call my son, Isaiah the second. I just wanted to.
Oh, pause.
I'm just saying that's me.
My
that's
son
me.
is named Patrick
That's me. I'm just saying, but that's me. That's me.
Fair.
I can't
So
speak on it.
for me,
yeah.
homage to the
But I'm
past.
saying they don't have any connection to those other guys. You see what I'm saying? Like your son has connection directly to you, which is cool.
Yeah.
But they don't have any connection
better.
to those other guys.
Well, see,
We'll get Mario on the
He
phone
better.
real fast. He better.
I think there is.
Ooh, Chip
is
Nelson
a
on Twitter
connection.
said Legion of Goon.
Now we're getting a little too
Where's
carried
the
away.
The Legion goes
I still hear Goonies
So-
though, so I can't unhear Goonies.
The thing about the connection, they do share a connection. One, the guy who's leading this thing led one of the all-time defensive
I get it.
fronts ever.
I get it.
Ever in the Legion of Boom.
And you can't let that slide. Like,
No.
he's the reason we're even talking about nicknames right now. And why is he the reason? Because of what he established in Seattle, and he's using that blueprint.
I understand.
And then every other
understand.
great nickname that has ever been here has been Doomsday.
Compared to Doomsday.
Or compared to it. So that's kind of where the connection
You guys are
lies.
historians. I'm not historians. I'm more of a unique
I'm a-
person.
I thought you
Come
would
from the-
see, and I thought you would like that because guess what? Who do you ride for? You ride for your hometown, which is what?
Okay.
Seattle.
Okay.
Right.
So you ride for Seattle.
Yeah, you gotta remember
And
where
then
you
what else
came
do you
from.
ride for? You ride for where you're at currently,
I get
and your
it.
home now, which is
personally
Dallas.
just don't like being tied to the past. That's just me. That's just me. Everybody
get
has
it.
their thing.
Everybody's got their thing.
So Legion of Doomsday, awesome as it is.
It is great. So the other thing I wanted to think about is how many of these would show up on a Google search whenever we finally establish it. Which one would show up on a Google search better? You're big on the SEO stuff.
I am.
Which one would be best for that?
Bias aside, Boomsday would be a good one.
Okay.
I would wonder if the web crawler for Google would, like, if you typed in Doomsday, if it would by default also throw Boomsday in there. It may or may not. Legion of Doomsday would, from an SEO standpoint, because if you whether you type in Dan Quinn or Legion of Doom, like before you get to finishing of, it's going to populate, the recommendations. It'll say Legion of Doom, Legion of Boom, Legion of Doomsday, so it'll be there.
Okay.
Dallas SWAT, you'll get that if you're Googling law enforcement. Right.
Yeah.
So it'll come up, but not in the aspect that you would necessarily want it to come up. So it would happen. Lion's Den, that would come up because consider how many people Google just the word lion, right?
Sure.
So just from a nature aspect, that's going to be there as well. So each one of these has a really good chance.
It's a good chance.
Has a good chance. I would say, again, bias aside, Legion of Doomsday, simply because it begins with Legion, and now you're talking Legion of Boom, you're talking Legion of Doom, the actual Legion of Doom, comic-wise, et cetera, et cetera. So But all four of the Final Four have a shot in the SEO realm.
Okay, here's what we're
if you
going
want
to
me
do.
to rank them, I can rank them.
Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to put it into a Twitter poll.
I'm with that.
Is that okay?
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll put it into a Twitter poll.
It's a democracy.
Isaiah, I want to give you a chance since it was in your top 3. Would you rather replace Dallas SWAT with the Goons? You want to put the Goons instead of Dallas SWAT, or which one do you like better?
You're really feeling that
I like
Dallas SWAT.
I like both.
But we can only fit 4. That's the only reason why.
Go with your baby.
I would go with the Goons.
Yeah, go with
You
your
go
baby.
with the Goons?
I would go with the Goons.
Okay, so the
I
final.
like Dallas SWAT because you got snipers, you got guys that bust the door down. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I get all that,
Get
right?
battering ram.
Yeah,
got
exactly,
all that,
right?
got all that.
But Goons to me, the definition and based upon what I know, the guys would actually take on.
Mask up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nasty.
It's going down.
Mask
You ready to
up.
go? You ready to go?
Mask
You
up.
ready to go? When you need some cats to ride, who you calling?
Mask up.
I'm calling my Goons.
This is good because each of us had a top 3. Each of us has a representative from that top 3 in the final, and we're rolling with it.
Mm-hmm.
We're rolling with it from that. Our final 4, and we're gonna let Cowboys Nation, Talkin Cowboys Nation, decide it. Legion of Doomsday, Boomsday, of course, also referring to the Legion of Boom, Lion's Den, the Goons. So those are the 4: Legion of Boomsday, Legion of Doomsday, Boomsday, Lion's Den, and the Goons.
You know
the
what
final
else we
4.
should do?
What's that?
We should send this to the social team and have them ask the locker room.
I'm okay with that.
I like that. I like it a lot.
I like it. So those are our final 4. One of those names is what we will call the Dallas defense and what you should call the Dallas defense for the rest of the season. When we come back, we're going to win you some money on DraftKings, and we're going to take some time to pick some games. May not get to update standings because we're running a little behind, but we'll be right back with more on Talkin Cowboys presented by Black Rifle Coffee Company.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Black Rifle Coffee Company serves premium coffee to people who love America. When you drink Black Rifle coffee, you are directly supporting veterans, law enforcement, and first responders in your community. Black Rifle's expert roasters love coffee almost as much as Texas loves football, so it makes sense that America's Coffee partnered with America's team. Go online at blackriflecoffee.com and fuel up with the official coffee of the Dallas Cowboys. That's blackriflecoffee.com to fuel up today.
Little Sweet, did you get to work on time?
Yeah, but I just realized it's Sunday.
Little Sweet says head on home. Dr. Pepper's on its way. So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you invest your nest egg in an NFT?
Yeah, and I don't even know what that is. It's a non-fungible token.
Everyone's done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
Back to Talkin Cowboys.
Back here on Talking Cowboys, give us a call, 888-855-2297 if you want to be a part of our Pick'em segment in approximately 30 seconds. Experience the magic of Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters during Christmas time. With your ticket, you'll enjoy a 45-minute guided tour, Christmas cookies, and a takeaway limited edition Dallas Cowboys ornament. Select dates are now available, and we will sell out fast. Book your visit now at thestarinfrisco.com. or /tours. Got to go /tours there. But yeah, give us a call. 888-855-2297. Chris Beam liked that one.
Yeah, because the phone's not ringing.
I know. Well, let's do some DraftKings so that way it gives us an opportunity. 888-855-2297. Play for free for over $1 million with your deposit on DraftKings.com. This week, the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Indianapolis Colts. We've got 4 names up there at the top. Dak Prescott, $6,500 going up against an opponent defensive rank of 13th. Ezekiel Elliott, $6,000 going up in an opponent rank of 19th. Peyton Hendershot up there, $2,600. Talk about a value. Yeah. That might be a value. This tight end group has been fun to watch. He scored a touchdown last week. Maybe he gets more involved in the passing game. And he's going up against a team that gives up the 15th most. So right there, middle of the road in terms of opponents giving up points to tight ends. And then the Dallas defense and special teams unit is at $4,300 going up against the bottom of the barrel in terms of teams that give up points to the defense and the special teams, which leads me to Patrick No-C Walker. What do you think?
You're talking about an offensive unit that outside of Jonathan Taylor cannot move the ball. Cowboys, if they can stop Jonathan Taylor, it's a wrap. So, yeah, absolutely give me the Cowboys defense in this one. I wanted to go with Hendershot for fun, but, yeah, this defense versus Matthew Stafford. Not Matthew Stafford, I'm sorry. Matt Ryan. Yeah, give me that. Give it here.
I don't disagree with you. I would go with the Dallas defense as well, but to not copy, I'm going to go with Hendershot. I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to go ahead and take my shot at Hendershot with the 2600. Keep the money in my pocket.
Hendershot. Who you got, yo?
I'm going to go with, man, I'm thinking I really want to go with Peyton Hendershot.
Yes, because you want the celebration.
Yeah.
Because what's next?
What is going to be next? Because they are back at home, right?
Yes.
I mean, they're back. They're
Are we
going to
jump back
Stadium.
into the Salvation Army kettle and do something else?
Better.
I guarantee they're going to have something else.
They're going to have something
the hog time,
better.
They got something. They got a full deck of celebrations, it looks like.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right. I'm going to go with Peyton Hendershot. I'm going to go with my gut. That's how it's going to roll
That was
here.
my gut. When against my gut, I'm going with the defense.
I'm going with the gut.
My gut versus the science.
All right, really quickly here. We got to get through this pretty fast. But Isaiah is still in first. The fans are in second. Patrick's in third. I'm in fourth at the moment in the standings. But we're getting closer and closer.
Lots of football left.
Closer. There's a ton of football left.
Not that much.
What are you talking about? There's still 6 weeks left.
No, not after this today. Then there's only 5.
Then there's only 5. Oh, gosh. That's still 30 games, and you're only separated by a game over Patrick at the moment.
Actually, Patrick's in third place.
Which was 2 games.
Oh, sorry, over the fans at the moment.
Thank you very much, Kyle.
Yep, I got you. All right, we have got an overseas caller on the line representing the fans this week. This is Marco in Italy. What's up, Marco? How's it going?
Hey, guys. Hi there. Thank you for having me back.
Thanks for calling in.
Absolutely. Appreciate you calling as always. You ready to represent the fans a little bit?
Yes, indeed. Just one quick thing. I understand, you closed the ballots, but can I just, for the record, give you my nickname for the defense?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was thinking about the Machine of Pain. Reason being, machine is M and P, and pain is P, as in Micah Parsons.
That's
so
bars.
It's Machine of Pain for me.
That's
Machine
bars.
of Pain defense.
That's bars.
You came in late, Marco, but
with
that's
the heat, though.
That's pretty good.
He came in with the fire.
Not gonna lie to you, that's pretty darn good.
I like that.
All right,
I'm glad you like it, guys.
We may have to add that to the conversation. All right, we've got some games to pick. We're going to start off Sunday at noon. The Steelers on the road against the Falcons. Both teams with 7 losses. It's been kind of a weird season for both of those sides. Marco, who you got?
I'll pick the Steelers in this one.
Taking the Steelers. I'll take the Falcons at home. Isaiah.
You said Steelers?
Yep.
Steelers.
Pat.
Yeah, give me Pickett and company against that Falcons defense.
Okay. Here's a rivalry game, but not a fun one this year. This is 7 combined wins between these two, but the Packers on the road against the Bears. Patrick, who you got?
Packers.
Yeah, I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers here, too. Marco.
Yeah, the Packers, sadly, but the Packers, yes.
Isaiah.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
Ooh, I like it.
All right, Chester.
This is a game that I don't think anybody expected to be as fun, and that's the New York Jets against the Minnesota Vikings up there at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minnesota.
Wait, did you pick? Kyle?
Yeah, I said Packers.
Okay.
Yeah. Isaiah, who you got?
Jets.
What's the matchup? Jets
Ooh,
versus-
against the Vikings?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow. They're in mini?
Jets on the road against the Vikings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mini.
I'm going to take the Vikings
I'm
here,
taking
too.
the Vikings.
Marco.
Give me the Vikings.
Isaiah might have just gained a game. Who knows? NFC
Or
East
lost.
battle at noon. Yeah, or lost the game. NFC East battle at noon. The Commanders on the road against the New York Giants. Patrick.
Giants bounce back in this one.
Ooh, I'm going to take the Commanders on the road to get the dub.
Commanders versus who again?
Giants.
Oh, Giants.
Marco.
I'll take the Commanders.
Taking the Commanders. All right, what about this one? The Miami Dolphins 8-3 on the road against the San Francisco 49ers 7-4. That's a good game. It's the return of Mr. Mike McDaniel back to San Francisco, face his former protege.
Give me Wilson Jr. and Moisert.
So another former 49er duo going up against their former team. The Dolphins getting the win. Marco, who you got?
I got the Dolphins, yes.
Oh, I'm going to take the 49ers. I think Shanahan gets it done at home. Patrick.
I think it would have to be Shanahan's defense, which is monstrous, but jeez, that Dolphins offense, that passing attack. I'm taking Miami on the road.
They're good.
Yeah.
Taking a team from
Man,
the same city.
that's already 5 games. We've already picked 5 games. I'm gonna throw in a bonus game. How about that? Chiefs on the road against the Bengals. Chiefs and Bengals in Cincinnati. Cincinnati, who's been playing really well lately.
Not good enough to beat.
Still not good enough to beat the Chiefs. So you're taking the Chiefs?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna take the Bengals at home.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm taking Joe Burrow and company. It's about time the Chiefs fall.
It is about time the Chiefs fall, which is exactly the reason I'm going with Cincinnati.
Oh, you're going with Cincy too?
I am going with
Let's
Cincy.
go.
I am going with
This
Cincy.
is dumb. Why are we
Too
doing
easy,
this?
Because it just feels like it's time.
It does.
For an
It feels
upset
right.
against the Chiefs.
Marco, who you got?
I got the Bengals, too.
Oh,
yes.
Did we just pick 3 of 4 against
yes.
the Chiefs?
We did.
What are we doing?
And this is why I'm
It's
number
Bedlam.
one.
It is. It's Bedlam.
We're
It's
crazy.
the Bedlam boys.
It's the Bedlam boys.
Wow. Okay, that bonus game might come back to haunt us all. All right. Colts on the road against the Dallas Cowboys, AT&T Stadium. Not only hosting Jonathan Taylor, Jeff Saturday, and that Indianapolis Colts, but they're hosting the pregame live show, by the way, 6 p.m. Central Time.
Oh, turn up.
Yep. So get ready to get out there, be loud, be proud, and come say hi when we are out there. But the Colts trying to get back on track after their Monday Night Football loss against the Steelers. The Cowboys trying to keep on rolling with either the Legion of Boomsday, the Lions Den, or the Goons defense. So keep that in mind. Marco, who you got?
The Cowboys, guys. I got the Cowboys. We'll get to be consistent. As you said earlier this week, we get to be consistent, no penalties. But yes, absolutely the Cowboys. That's a must-win game.
What's your score?
27-17 Cowboys.
27-17. Marco, thank you so much for calling. I'm sorry.
Shouts out to Italy.
I'm jealous of one that you're in Italy.
He lives in Italy.
Yeah, jealous of that fact straight up. I'm sorry that you don't have that team to root for in the World Cup at the moment. I'm sorry about that one, but hey, you
still live in Italy.
You got a team to root for over here, which is a lot of fun. Thank you for calling as always, and have a great weekend, my friend. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you for having me, guys. Have a great weekend, and go Cowboys.
There you go. Go Cowboys. And he had a good nickname. He did. Good nickname. Patrick, we'll start with you on this one. Cowboys and Colts.
Cowboys, Colts. Dak Prescott remembers the Colts shut him out. Malik Hooker, although it's not technically a revenge game for him because he has a lot of love for Indy, I still think he plays well, former team. So Cowboys take this one 34-7. 34-7 Cowboys. Just be careful. No penalty. Well, reduce the penalties, eliminate the miscues so that the Colts won't be a one-trick pony this weekend. So there you go.
I like it. I think this is going to be a closer game than normal.
No, Kyle.
I do. I think it's going to be close. 27 closer than you would think. 27 to like 19, like a real weird score. One possession at the end. They kind of like flub it a little bit to kind of make it a one-possession game. 27 to 19. Cowboys get the win at home over the Colts. And I think they get up early, but then maybe let their foot off the gas a little bit. That's how I think this one's going to go down. What do you think, Isaiah?
24-13. The Colts can't buck hard enough to get these guys involved.
Hey! Right. There you go.
There it is.
Look at this is the creative juices that created the goons right there.
That's right.
That's that mind of yours. Big time. Oh, man. Hope you had some fun with us this week. He said, what was it?
24-13.
24-13. There you go. Chris Beam in the back for Isaiah Stanback, Patrick No C. Walker. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Hope you had some fun with us over the last 45 minutes. Go find the Twitter poll. We're going to put it on the Talkin Cowboys Twitter is where we're going to put it. I got to talk to William, get it on there. It'll be there. We're going to ask the locker room. We're going to see what's happening, and we're going to officially decide what nickname is going down today. But that does it for us today. We'll see you on Monday, breaking it down for you. Cowboys Colts coming up at 7:20. It's a primetime game on Sunday Night Football. We'll see you then.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!